So in a recent video, I spoke about using scripting when you're trying to conceive and you're really struggling to feel hopeful or to visualize a positive future. And a lot of you guys reached out and you were like, what is this scripting that you're talking about? Can you explain it in more detail? So in this video, that's exactly what I'm going to do. So just a little bit of context before I get into it. When we were trying to conceive our third baby and I had lost 3 babies in a row and I was feeling just like I was never going to get this baby and it was never going to work, and I just couldn't see how it could possibly work after having already lost 3 babies. I started doing this morning routine where I would spend anywhere between 10 minutes to 40 minutes sometimes just looking after myself. So that would involve journaling, meditation, and yoga, and taking the time to visualize what I wanted my future to look like. So I could sort of walk myself towards actually believing it could be a possibility for me again. And I spoke about recently when I would do this visualization, some mornings I just couldn't imagine the positive future. Other mornings I could easily imagine myself giving birth again, falling pregnant, having that baby in my arms. But some days I just couldn't imagine it. And I know a lot of you related to that. And that's where I said on those mornings I would use a script that I had already written to allow myself to feel those positive feelings even when I was struggling to believe it myself. And the reason we want to work to feeling this is because our body doesn't know the difference between something we're imagining and something we're actually doing. So if we're imagining this positive moment, our body is flooded with all those positive hormones and it puts us in a better frame of mind. Our brain is designed to then help create that positive future because it will be looking for evidence and things throughout your day to help you move towards that future. So what is scripting? Essentially, it's just a script that you've preferably written yourself, because if you've written it, it's going to be really specific to you and it's going to feel more true to you because it's in your own words. So it's just like a script for a movie or a play, and you're reading through. I like to do a description of a whole day. So reading through a description of the day in the future, and it's up to you how far ahead you go. So you could be pregnant, you could go ahead to when you have a child or a baby in your arms. It's just a very vivid description of what your day would look like so that you can feel what you think you will feel like when you're living it, and you can allow yourself to experience that before you even get there. And it's going to help so much with feeling helpful and feeling depressed and just feeling blah, this is never going to happen for me. So step 1 is obviously to write your script. Now, if you're in a really dark place, if you're really struggling, I'll leave a link below to a blog post where I have included a script that I have written. Again, I really recommend modifying the script so that it suits you and it's in your words. But if you're really struggling to write one, you don't know where to start, that can be a good place to jump off from. And the second thing to do is just to read your script regularly. So I recommend doing this every day, although you might also be doing a visualization practice, and just save the script for those days where you can't imagine that positive future. I have had other women I work with read their script first thing before they fall asleep of an evening, and that helps to just kind of let them go to sleep, almost trusting that it's out there and they're working towards this goal, but letting them kind of rest a little bit easier, knowing that they don't have to keep thinking about it. It's like almost like a bedtime prayer where you put it out there and then you can just allow yourself to let go and relax. And then the final thing is just to make sure that you revise your script when it starts to feel stale. So sometimes our life changes, sometimes the path to our baby changes. So maybe you've changed from trying naturally to working through some sort of reproductive therapies. And I just recommend changing it to include those facts so it feels more true for you. Like if you're thinking when you're reading your script, this is never going to happen, this isn't going to work, the scripting is not going to work for you. You need to be reading it, believing it, and allowing yourself to really feel it for it to work as a visualization technique. So I often get asked, what should your script include? Like I said, I like to detail a whole day and to be as descriptive as I possibly can. So how I wake up first thing in the morning, what I do first thing in the morning, who I'm sharing my time with, what I eat for breakfast, really detailed things stepping me through my entire day. And obviously including those points about perhaps bringing your hands to your belly and feeling a squirming baby within, or perhaps you're going to a prenatal appointment, or maybe you're discussing things with your partner about the nursery or the birth, or maybe you're doing a meditation or a yoga practice to prepare for birth. So really including these things in there that help you to feel like I'm on the right track. Another thing I really suggest doing though as you write your script is allowing yourself to really think about other aspects of your life as well. So obviously because we're using this script, because we're trying to conceive, we want to include all the baby stuff, but also allow yourself to think about what sort of work are you doing in this ideal version of your future. How much time do you spend at work? Who do you spend your time with? Are you supported by a strong group of women around you? Do you have a wide group of couple friends? Like, just allow yourself to think about all of those other things. What sort of house do you live in? What suburb? And let yourself go to the absolute ideal. This is how we manifest anything in our life, is really have a clear picture of what it is we actually want in the first place. If we're not really sure, we will get what we've always got. But if you can create this picture in your head, like I said, our brain is then designed to start looking for how it can make that happen. And so putting it out there in your script is a really great way to not only bring in this baby, but also bring in that ideal life that you're trying to create for yourself. So because I've gotten quite a lot of requests for this, I'm going to read through a really brief script that I've just jotted down. This is not actually the one that I used when I was trying to conceive. I had a look for the journal, but I couldn't find it. But this is just something that I noted down to hopefully give you an example of something to work with. So it says, I wake each morning before anyone else rises. I pour myself a cup of peppermint tea and sit in my favorite chair with the rising sun on my face. I take 10 full deep breaths and allow myself just to be present. With a hand on my belly and the squirming happy baby within, I listen to a guided meditation that is helping me to prepare for birth. I then take the next 20 minutes to practice a pregnancy yoga class. I feel large and heavy, but supremely content. I make myself a light breakfast and my partner joins me at the table. We eat together and discuss our day and the things that we are still yet to buy for the baby. After breakfast, I take my time getting ready and then walk a slow pace to work. My workday keeps me busy and focused as I train my replacement for once maternity leave starts. I'm home by 4 p.m. and spend a couple of hours in the afternoon doing what I love most. I take the time to cook dinner while chatting to a good friend of mine who is also expecting any day now. I'm so excited to share this next chapter with her. My partner gets home just as dinner is ready, and after we eat together, we hang a couple of artworks in the nursery. We finish our day watching our favorite show together on Netflix. So something that I want to draw your attention to there is I've kind of kept it quite vague because I've written it for you to be able to pick up and take, but where it says, and my partner joins me, I'd really just put your partner's name in there. Where it says, spend my afternoon doing what I love most, put in the specific activity that is what you love doing most. And really just make it as specific to you as you can. So your favorite show on Netflix, write the name of the show in. All of these things will help you to really connect with the script and to feel those emotions that this positive future creates for you. And that is the key. Allowing yourself to feel what it feels like to visualize this positive future, which is why I say visualization is so powerful. And I have another video on visualization if you want to go and watch that one. But I also know what it feels like to not be able to imagine it, to feel so disconnected from it, to feel so disappointed and sad and having lost all that hope. So if you are feeling like that, I really recommend trying scripting so that you can help to bring yourself back to a more hopeful and positive place. If you would like to be guided through some visualizations, I include these in any of my fertility yoga series. So currently I have my 4-part series, I have a good night series, which is 4 parts as well. So this one's really designed to be done just before bedtime. And then I have an IVF series as well. So each of these series includes either a yoga class or a meditation, sometimes both, that will guide you through a visualization. So check that out as well. If you have any more questions about scripting or anything to do with fertility yoga really, leave it in the comments below. And I'll see you in the next video. Namaste.